Hey everyone, welcome to our live stream. Today we are going to be focusing on some fall glitters. We're going to be mixing up some fall paints as well as doing a 3-color ombre here tonight. So let me know if you're here, if you're on the replay. I'm so glad you're here. Still comment. I will comment back shortly. But if you are here, I would love to know if you're here, where you're watching from, that you can see me and hear me and all of the things. I think it is working, but you know, you never know. So I see that Jessica is here. Hello. Hi, Rhea. Hi, Laura, Yasmin, and Wendy. It's so good to see you all. I'm so glad you're here. It is definitely fall here in the Chicago area. The leaves are starting to change color, and it's definitely on the cooler side. I don't know about where you are, but at least in the northern half of the country, it's starting to feel like fall. So I thought it would be fun to do some fall glitters and mix up some paint. I'm not gonna mix them up from scratch, but that is something you can do. I'm gonna kind of use a mix of some flippin' awesome paints. So the 3 colors that I'm gonna put on my tumbler are Casino, which is just a fine gold from Glitzy Creations, Cold Brew from Glitter Dipped Sips, which is just like a orangey brown, and then Rusty, also from Glitzy Creations. These are just 3 that I chose that are kind of similar in color to give kind of that brown feel. I'm having trouble picking these up to show them all to you at the same time. So these are the 3. They're all fine glitters, but so many other colors. Like, I love fall colors. Like, you could use like a purple or like a maroon, a navy. You could even go like darker brown or throw some greens in there, and rose gold. This one is super fun. This one's called Jewels. It's like a chunky gold, but it has like purple, like it color shifts purple a little bit on some of the flakes. So there's a lot of different things you can do for your tumblers. And then I am going to use the Flippin' Awesome pumpkin spice mostly. I already base coated my tumblers with the pumpkin spice. That's how I decided this time I'm going to start, because it's kind of similar to this color. And then I'm going to mix it with the rosy beige to lighten it up for like a lighter gold. And then I'm going to we're going to see how it works, add a little red to it and see if we can get a little bit more of like a rusty orange color. They're probably not going to be exact matches, but I think it would be kind of fun to use these. But you could also use the universal white with the pigments to mix up colors from scratch as well. But I'm just going to start with these as a base because it's a lot easier. So let me see who's here that I missed. Beverly is here, and Katie is here from Wisconsin, and Shannon, hello. Hi, Charlotte. Hi, Kim says it's still hot in Texas, and Starla is in Missouri. I was in Missouri yesterday. St. Louis, so close to Illinois, but Louisville, Shannon, and Cold Brew is my new favorite. Been using it on acrylic blanks. Ooh, that's so fun. I can't wait to see those blanks. It's just like a super like versatile color, in my opinion. And I have discount codes for Glitzy Creations and Glitter Dip Sips underneath this video. So the first thing I'm gonna do, okay, so what I did, you can start with any base color that you want. I wasn't 100% sure what we were gonna do, but you could do like any sort of, like, if you're gonna do like 3 colors like this, you know, you could just leave it one color that's like kind of similar to them all. You can do like a brown, you can start with black. It doesn't really matter. These are what's the word? I'm so tired, you guys. I'm so tired. These are metallic glitter, so they're not going to show through. But if you get your base coat close to your color, which is something I go more in my program, but like it just helps with glitter coverage if your base color is somewhat close to the glitter that you're using. So Niambi's here. Hi, Kelsey. Hi, Lex from Portland. And I think, is it Cody? Yeah, Cody's here from Australia. Glad you're here. Hi, Jill. Okay, so I'm going to start by putting some paints in these 3 little condiment cups. And I've got a bunch of brushes, so when I actually start to ombre these paints, I like to use, not that one, I like to use either the Wet n Wild brushes or the blush brushes. They're the best for blending paints, for sure. So I'm using the Flippin' Awesome paints. These are the 4-ounce bottles. I don't know if they're still doing 4-ounce bottles. They're kind of transitioning to putting them in jars like this one. So if you have the bottles like I do, you'll want to shake it up really well. Okay. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Shirley from Canada. I think I saw Edie was here from California. That's awesome. Did anybody do anything fun over the weekend? I went to St. Louis, Missouri to go to, oh, I need this in all of them, the St. Louis Cardinals baseball game. And it was so fun and so great. And now I'm really tired. So I'm just starting with pumpkin spice in all of these. This first one that I just want to lighten it up a little bit. It's not going to be gold, but I'm going to put a little bit of the rosy beige in there, except for I'm thinking, now I've never opened this. So let me do that. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this rosy beige to lighten it up, and we're just going to see how it looks. It doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to match perfectly, but sometimes, you know, you might want to do color, like you might want to do like a painted tumbler without any glitter. Super fun. And then I'm gonna later, so these are all CrystaLac paints. I'm gonna use my grand finale to apply glitter as well once we get done with these paints. So Kelsey went to New York City. That's so fun. I've never been to New York City, but it's somewhere I do want to go. Now would be such a good time of the year while the weather's like still nice. It's not too cold. So I'm going to, oops, I did kind of a lot there. Do definitely like a lot more of this rosy beige. I'm probably doing like 75% rosy beige and 25% of the pumpkin spice. I highly recommend the pumpkin spice. I'm 99% sure it's available to purchase. It was just like a seasonal thing, but I think, well, it's in season now, so you can get it now. I would get it just because I'm not sure after the fall season if it's going to be available. I'm going to leave this one because this one is going to go with my cold brew. It's a pretty good match. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you wanted to get it closer, you might add a little bit like of the brown pigment, but it's close enough. I'm going to use this for the gold. I'm just trying to get 3 distinct colors. And oh, battled remnants of the hurricane. Yes, Jess, I'm glad you're okay. I hope anybody who was affected by the hurricane is okay. I'm going to add just a little bit of red in here. Red is very powerful. So like I literally added like 1 little drop to darken this up. You can see even that 1 drop made such a huge difference. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. You can always, you know, you can't take it away. So it's better if you start small. I mean, you can always add more pumpkin spice, but, and then I will put like the condiment cup top on this, and you can use them again. Although I try just to mix up a little bit as possible, because the reality of whether I use this paint again or not is it's very small chance that I actually use it again. So I try to just mix up a very little bit. Okay, so here are my 3 colors, which I think are really fun fall colors. So this one, oops, I'm making a mess over here. This one, the middle, we started with the, for anybody who's popping on later. We started with pumpkin spice in the middle. This is just pure pumpkin spice. Then on the right, I've got about 75% rosy beige and 25% pumpkin spice to lighten it up a little bit. And then on the left, to match this rusty glitter or get a little bit more of this rusty color, I just added a little bit of the red, crimson red Flippin' Awesome. You could probably add a little bit of like the dark brown pigment as well if you wanted to make it even darker. But for me, I feel like it's fine. What do you guys think? Hi, Chris. Hi, Michelle. I'm so glad you guys are here. I just mixed up some paints to go with some fall glitter colors. And I'm super excited. I'm going to do a 3-way ombre here soon. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the tumbler that I'm using. I have it base coated with the pumpkin spice. I would definitely have it start somewhere. You can start with the universal gray if you wanted to. But the pumpkin spice does need like 2 or 3 coats to get like full coverage. This is 2 coats. And like I actually painted over, you can kind of, can you guys see that name here? I painted over an old, like a messed up sublimation tumbler, and you can actually see it through a little bit. It would really need 1 more coat. So if you were doing it on stainless steel, it just takes longer for it to get covered. And if you're doing the ombre, which I'm going to do, it's just like really annoying when you have to do like 4 coats of an ombre. So what I like to do is just base coat it. Something similar, you could base coat it with rosy beige, you could base coat it anything, but I went with the pumpkin spice. Depending on the color paints that you're going to use, you know, you could do different things. But that way, once I do this ombre, it's going to have full coverage because it'll cover up any of the spots that I can kind of still see. Also, this is going to have glitter on it, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, if you wanted just a painted ombre without any glitter, you know, you want to think about those things, okay? So I am going to use, I actually like to use the Wet n Wild brushes when ombre. I do have the bigger, like, CrystaLac brushes, but because it's a smaller tumbler. This is like a 12-ounce, like, can koozie tumbler. The brush is, like, smaller. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you guys can tell me in the chat, but, like, if I were to go with this brush, it's covering the entire thing. I feel like I have a little less control about where my paint goes. But you can use either one. You guys can let me know in the chat what you guys like to do. These ones I just get from either the Dollar Tree or on Amazon. But I applied the paint with the bigger blush brush. Okay, going over a sublimation tumbler. Yes, you can just sand it. I just prep it like usual. I just sand it and then add my base coat. If you wanted to keep the design, I do have a tutorial I used shellac, or I've used clear spray paint instead of sanding because you will scuff up the design when you sand it. So just know, like, if you're trying to, like, I'm obviously covering it. I don't care if I mess up the design, but if you're trying to keep the design and just add glitter here and there, you'll want to do something like shellac or clear spray paint. Okay? All right, so let's start with this ombre. I'm going to start with, I guess I'll just start on top here. And really, this rosy beige will probably need a second coat because it's over the pumpkin spice. You can kind of see, like, it's not full coverage. But so maybe if you're going to do like this color combination, you might base coat the tumbler rosy beige instead. But, you know, it's up to you. I'm fine having to do 2 coats. I'm just not trying to do like 4 or 5. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with a different brush with my pumpkin spice around the middle. And then I'm going to start blending them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is basically, let me zoom in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brush and start overlapping with the beige, and this pumpkin spice is definitely going to overpower it. So I'm going to take that other brush I had. If you need more paint, grab more paint. And go over where they meet. Add a little bit more paint. You're just going to blend them nice together. And these are similar colors, right? They all started with that pumpkin spice. They blend like really nicely because they're similar colors. If you're trying to blend like white and something else, it's a lot harder, although doable. So just keep that in mind if you're new to mixing paint and blending paints. Doing colors that are similar will help. Okay, so then I'm going to go in on the bottom with, ooh, this is pretty. That is pretty. Okay, so this is the pumpkin pumpkin spice mixed with the red, the crimson red, just like a teeny tiny bit. And it's so pretty. It will definitely have a candy corn vibe. I might go, I might play on that for sure. We'll see. So I'm just getting it to kind of where I want them to meet. And then I'm going to go back in with my pumpkin spice. I really should have another brush, but I didn't have that much rosy beige on there, so I'm just going to go with it. And I think I'm going to have to do a second coat, so on the next time, I'll make sure. Grab a fourth brush. Guess I could go on with this brush. It's just so big. Okay, sorry, I'm not reading your comments. I promise I will when I'm done. Oh no. You guys know me, that I can't multitask, so we got to concentrate on this. And then we can talk about any questions. So this is so fun. I also really feel like this has a desert vibe. So if you need like a desert cup, and you can see like this rosy beige, you can see the dark paint coming through. So this, I'm gonna do a second coat, but this is very desert vibe to me, and or candy corn. But that's how you ombre. I am gonna do a second coat, so I'll let this dry for 4 hours. Well, I'll let this dry till tomorrow, but you just let it dry for at least 4 hours, and then you can do a second coat. Or this one's gonna have glitter on it, so like I suppose you could probably get by if you're gonna cover it with glitter looking just like this, but like I think that it ultimately will need a second coat if you wanted to leave it just painted. So let me know in the chat what you guys think of these colors. I really like them. For a recap, we've got pumpkin spice was the main gal here. Pumpkin spice. We started with full pumpkin spice, and then we did some rosy beige and the crimson red to mix up some colors to match the 3 glitters I chose for this tumbler. So it just takes practice. Somebody said I make it look easy. I've done this so many times. So I might make it look easy, but you just gotta practice. Just practice. If you want to practice on something like flat, like a tile, or just even on like paper, like so you can get used to the blending, do that, because it is definitely harder when you're working with a curved surface versus like a flat like canvas or something, you can go to the Dollar Tree and get like little canvases, and you could like totally just practice your blending on that. So try that if you're having trouble with the blending. And then so to keep these, like, I am putting this lid on here and I'm going to use it for my second coat. But after that, I probably won't keep it much longer. But if you do, I have two suggestions. Either put these in like a plastic Ziploc bag, or like an airtight container, you know, like just like throw them in like a sandwich bag to keep out some air. Or you can get like little containers to hold your paints. Like I mixed this paint up on a live stream probably like a year ago, and I haven't used it since. So it's like I don't use a lot of it, so I try just to mix up a very little bit, but they can totally keep in here. I'm not going to put these in a bag overnight for my next coat. I'm just going to leave them like that, stir them up, and use them again. Oh, Yasmin says I accidentally ordered removable vinyl instead of permanent vinyl. Will that work? Yep. Yasmin, you can totally use it. That's absolutely no problem. I assume you're putting your Grand Finale or Bright Tone on top. Then you'll be totally fine. It doesn't matter what kind. I love the way it looks. Thanks. Me too, you guys. Like, this is a fun, there's so many things you could do with this color scheme, honestly. Okay. Hi, Salini, glad you're here. We just finished painting our ombre. We're going to do another cup with some glitter in a second. Could you use universal white in place of rosy beige? Yeah, for sure. I would say, so for this, I did like, what did I say? 75% rosy beige and 25% of the pumpkin spice. I might do less if it's universal white and more of the pumpkin spice. So, you know, you'll just play around with it. It doesn't have to be exact. It doesn't have to be exact, but I would probably mix it just a little bit different ratio till you get the colors that you like. Looks like a desert sunset. Yes, I agree. It's like very desert-like to me. Okay. I am going to put glitter on it. I'm not going to put glitter on the one we just painted though, because I need that to dry. But I am just going to put glitter right on this one that doesn't have the paint. Totally fine. They're all very similar to this, so I'm going to do it this way. Super worried whether you have the ombre or not. I think it helps to have similar colors, but it's not 100% necessary. And since I need it to dry, I'm just going to go right in with glitter on this one. So I am going to use Grand Finale to apply my glitter. I am going to brush it on and I'm going to hold it, but if you wanted to, you could put your cup on your cup turner. You can use glitter glue. You can use Bright Tone if you're trying to use that up. Like, it's totally up to you what you want to do. Okay, these are all open. And I just like to brush on my Bright Tone and or Grand Finale. I'm going to use Grand Finale today, although this wouldn't be a bad one since I have to let it dry till tomorrow to use up some Bright Tone, but that's okay. You can pretty much use them interchangeably here. So I am going to do the gold on the top, the cold brew. Okay, so the gold is called Casino from Glitzy Creations. I'm going to use cold brew in the middle from Glitter Dip Sips. And I'm going to use Rusty from Glitzy Creations on the bottom. And the way I like to do my ombre is I like to tilt my cup to get coverage where I want it. So I'm going to start on the top probably. And then I will just go one by one. I do have a tutorial on my channel where I have a 4-color ombre. I think I started that one on a live stream, actually. Or I did part of it on a live stream. So if you like that or pre-recorded, I have both. And I am just going to brush on with a Taklon brush. You can use your hand. I actually like to use my hand for like my normal coats, but I always brush it on when I'm applying my glitter because I just get better coverage. My brush is a little stiff, so it looks a little weird, but that's okay. You can use a little bit more of the Grand Finale or, you know, Bright Tone, whatever you're using when you're applying your glitter. But if you're using like a lot, make sure you let it dry extra. I'm just going to go around one more time. Make sure we're all covered. So you got some drips. Let me know in the chat if you've done an ombre glitter. Let me know in the chat, yes or no, if you've done one and how it went for you. I'm going to start with my gold. That is Casino. I'm just going to sprinkle it right on the top, like, section here. I'm going full coverage because I don't want it to blend yet. So this top section, I'm going heavy on the glitter because I want it to have full coverage. And I'm going to tilt my cup so my hand is up this way. So the glitter then will fall towards the middle. So it just falls down. Wait, actually, like... This would be a really cute cup as is, you guys. Just saying. So I'm going to let it fall to the middle. I might make another one. Okay, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. Pumpkin spice with a gold, just like a classic gold glitter. It's a good look. Okay, guys? You heard it here first. Okay, now I'm going to go to the middle. And I'm going to add my cold brew. Normally I would swap out my paper, but I'm out of parchment paper down here. So I'm just going to go through the middle here, this middle section where I want full coverage of my cold brew. And then I'm going to tilt my tumbler back this way. Okay, so then I can fill in those spaces and get them to blend. Okay, so now like the butt of the tumbler is up. And I'm kind of aiming like right here. And I'm just going to let it fall naturally into the gold. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go this way and let the cold brew then fall to the bottom third of that tumbler where I will go in with the rusty. So you can see that it's like it's coming all the way down, but then I'm going to do the bottom. Hopefully it's not too dry. Might be, but it's okay. I'm going to get full coverage down here on the bottom. And then I'm going to do the same thing and just let this fall and fade naturally. This way. The bottom part doesn't look great, but that's okay. It did start to dry already. So here's an example of the, let me get this, okay, right here. The Grand Finale starting to dry, so I did not get full coverage around the bottom. So I will do a second coat of glitter, that's no problem. And I'll focus on the bottom part and really getting these to fade a little bit better on the second round. But I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, now in the second coat, I'll use glitter glue to, I'll dry brush it, I will use glitter glue, and then I'll just do the exact same thing, but I will start with the rusty first. I'll do rusty, pumpkin spice, and then I'll do the gold. So let me know in the chat what you guys think. What do you guys think? It's fun. Here's what it looks like next to our painted tumbler that we started with. That's starting to dry. It looks so pretty. I'm really loving the colors. Big fan. Big fan of the fall colors. I don't know about you. I don't know what kind of decal I'm going to do, but I think I will probably just put a decal on this. Like, once I'm done with it and getting it smooth, I think I will just add, maybe I'll do like a spray paint spot or something. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Those of you guys in my community, in the Alison Crafts community, there's a link under this. You guys will get to see kind of how it all comes together over there. So do you guys have any questions? I guess tonight was pretty quick. But those of you who came late, we mixed up some paints with mostly using the pumpkin spice Flippin' Awesome paints. And then we used 3 different glitters here. We've got Cold Brew from Glitter Dip Sips, and then Casino and Rusty from Glitzy Creations. And I will do a second coat of glitter, and it'll be good. I think I would have been able to get full coverage if I wasn't on a live stream, you know, because I'm like talking and taking time to do things. So, you know, just takes a little bit longer. Get all these things out of the way. All right, do you guys have any questions? What kind of decal would you put on this? Let me know in the chat. I really love the neutral orangey browny colors. Big fan. Big fan. I've never actually done one with these colors before, so I'm really excited about it. Probably just do like a general like fall decal, but we'll see. And then this mix, like normally I wouldn't mix my glitter underneath here, but I'm gonna save it because I actually think that this is gonna be a pretty mix, and I could make like a peekaboo tumbler or something. I mean, I can just do it, but I think it'd be a fun, like a pretty just solid color mix here to use on another tumbler. So, something with leaves. Yes, Kim, I agree, right? Okay, maple leaves, fall leaves. Yeah, we'll just go with the leaf theme. So those of you guys in the Alison Crafts community, you guys can help me figure out where to go from here. Let me get that link for you guys. So if anybody wants to join and you want to hang out with me a little bit more in between the live stream, you can do that. Okay, I use glitter glue. Why do you prefer oh, okay. It's really personal preference. Like, whether you're going to use the Grand Finale Bright Tone or the glitter glue, it really is personal preference. I personally get better coverage on my glitter application when I use Grand Finale or Bright Tone. It just works better for me. Sometimes I use glitter glue, like just sometimes I do. I always use glitter glue for my second coat. If I need a second coat, but like it's truly just personal preference. So if you like glitter glue, stick with it. There's no reason to use one or the other. It's just what you like best. If you don't have the Grand Finale yet, like, and you're using glitter glue or Bright Tone, the dry time would be one main reason to use glitter glue, but it's up to you. Okay, are there any other questions? Let me know in the chat what you guys think we should do next week. Right next week? I'm trying to think, because we've got a couple weeks. Yeah, we'll have 3 more live streams. We won't have a live on Halloween, because I gotta, you know, go take my kiddos trick-or-treating. Leaves, acorns, something about pumpkin spice. That's probably a really good idea, right? A pumpkin spice quote. Okay, do you guys have any other questions? Edie loves the colors. Hi, Rolinda. Glad you're here. Teresa, it is okay that you're late. As soon as it's over, you can go back and catch up if you want to see it. But we basically did 1 painted tumbler and 1 glitter tumbler to demonstrate how to do that. All right. I am super excited about this. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, and you can comment after the video, goes up after the live. I try to respond to as many comments as I can, and I will see you all next week. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but it will be something fun. That I can tell you. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you for coming out and hanging out with me today. I know it was a quick one today, but this girl needs to go to bed. So, and I know it's only 7:30, but you know what? That's where I'm at. So I'm so glad you're here, and I will see you all next week.